What's going on, YouTube? How is everybody today? Good to hear. Today I want to talk about a band called Male Bonding. This is their debut album called Nothing Hurts. It was released in 2010 on Sub Pop Records. Male Bonding is a trio from England. I think they're either from London or a place called Dalston, or if that's the same place, I don't really know. They're a punk pop, noise pop, lo-fi band. A lot of bands these days are getting tagged with this whole lo-fi term. I'm not really sure what lo-fi is anymore. Like, is lo-fi actually a production quality, or is it now a sound aesthetic? Can you be lo-fi and be in a record studio if you're making the sound on purpose? You just throw some reverby vocals and some distorted fuzzy guitars and you're suddenly lo-fi? I have no idea. One blogger online described this kind of music as not lo-fi, but like a mid-fi kind of thing, and I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, the music they make is very much so reminiscent of like Women and No Age. They got a little bit of Best Coast and Jesus and Mary Chain in there. Waves, you know, this whole lo-fi thing, Dum Dum Girls. You know, they all got the same kind of sound, Vivian Girls, who actually appear on this album on the last song. But anyway, Male Bonding, their album is only 13 songs, 29 minutes, and all the songs in here are pretty short and sweet, just a little over 2 minutes. And, you know, they have the loud booming guitar, the insane frenetic drumming, and then you have some very, you know, non-threatening, non-confrontational, approachable kind of vocals on top, which is actually kind of a nice feel. I kind of enjoyed that on this album. No one's like really screaming and yelling at you. There's oohs and ahs and stuff like that. Cool vocal harmonies that don't really hear too often in this kind of genre. Actually, you do. But anyway, this is play loose, guitar-driven, fuzzy rock pop. It's pretty much all it is. Like, there's nothing really all that amazing on here. Like, the songs are, you know, they're very melodic. They got some catchy hooks here and there, but there's nothing really to blow your mind. Pitchfork gave these guys a rave review and put them on their best new music list. They gave them a big 8.5, and I'm not really sure why. Like, the music's good, but it's just, like I said, just fuzzy rock pop tunes. I'm not sure what any of the songs are about. Even though the vocals are somewhat clear, it's still hard to catch on to what he's singing about, what the topics are and stuff. And I've been listening to this over and over because it's only a half hour long, so I love reviewing albums like this because I actually get into it like in a day and just listen to it over and over. But I've had this album for like quite a while. I just noticed on some needle drop videos a lot of people are asking for a review of this, so I decided I could probably do it. But anyway, the music on here, judging from the title of this, Male Bonding, Nothing Hurts, you expect some sort of weird macho chauvinistic music on here, and actually it's kind of got more of a sensitive emotional side to it, I feel, vocal wise. Like, he seems like a very kind of, not effeminate, but just very kind of melancholy, kind of like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's definitely nothing, you know, raging, nothing like chauvinistic or testosterone driven. It's coming from a very kind of a softer kind of place. But like I said before, this sound's been done to death. A lot of people are doing this whole lo-fi fuzzy things. There's any band, and they also incorporate what bands like No Age do, and they have this kind of like cloud of noisy fuzz that'll come in, but they can't really manipulate that cloud of fuzzy noise in a very engaging or interesting way like No Age usually do. Just kind of there, just kind of, I don't know, one note kind of just fuzzy static feedback kind of shit going on there. But, you know, they try to put it on there, give the album a little extra texture, mixed results. Not really sure why. A lot of bloggers, including Pitchfork, are giving these guys rave reviews, putting them on best new music lists. Like, sure, the songs are catchy, somewhat engaging, but I didn't find it all that memorable at all. I don't know, maybe it's when I hear music that's playing like loud and fast and it's like really, really energetic just for the sake of being energetic. I don't know, I lose interest, kind of bores me, but I could see why a lot of people like it. It does have a very, very youthful sound, so maybe for the younger demographic out there, they probably get into this more. I don't know, it's harmless, there's nothing too distinct. All the songs kind of sound the same, they share the same kind of aesthetic, same kind of, you know, sound and direction. Nothing really overtly amazing on here. Like, it's just medium-sized rock balls going on. Nothing to write home about, really. Like, it's not bad, it's not great. I don't know. It's kind of straddles the fine line between mellow and frantic at the same time. I don't know, it's got a little bit of punk rock energy, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's nothing really to get too crazy about. Like, they sound like they're going in a good direction. Maybe if they try to do something a little more distinct in the future, and like get over not liking writing long songs, try to expand something, explore their sound and range a little, blah blah blah. I don't know. Cover art's a brick wall, great. And then on the back you got another brick wall. And then we got a bridge. You can go under a bridge, some dirty leaves, reminds you of the fall a little. And then you get this big poster in the middle. In the sleeve you get a poster of the band, their thick rimmed glasses. If you'll just bear with me for a second, I'll show you a little bit of, we got some cool pictures here of some cats. There's a cat looking at a record, kind of cute. And here's my favorite one, is this cat taking a giant jump. Kind of cool. Go cats. And then just rocks and stuff like that. An elk in front of some records. But yeah, male bonding, like I said, not too excited about it. It wasn't bad. It has some catchy melodic choruses, some decent hooks here and there. But at the end of the day, it's kind of stuff you've all heard before. If you heard Dum Dum Girls or Vivian Girls, Waves, Pains of Being Pure at Heart, Japan Droids, No Age, Women, Best Coast, on and on. It seems like every band's kind of going for this. They don't really live up to the name of male bonding, though. This music is definitely not testosterone, chest beating, let's all get drunk and sweaty kind of music. It's actually, I don't know, got very much so a pop sensibility, very, very poppy, a little bit of, you know, like pop punk almost, in my opinion. Very approachable, but very, very fast for the most part. Like I said, fast, short, frenetic songs with very approachable vocals, and you get male bonding. Their 2010 album, Nothing Hurts, released on Sub Pop Records.